Okay, so good evening. Agenda of today's discussion, I would say, a long-awaited testimony, right? So, I will continue this discussion. I have renamed this "Breaking the Barriers," right? Transforming lives. So, hopefully, Almighty has chosen me as the medium to make a change in individual's life. So hopefully I have added some meaning to some individual's life. And so today we are going to discuss journey of Chanchal. So welcome Chanchal to this discussion. So agenda of this discussion is basically we are going to capture basically your entire journey and then ups and downs, whatever feedback you have for my training, and how has been your experience so far, and what are your key takeaways through this experience, and what would you like to share basically, or maybe any mistakes or any improvements or anything that you could have done differently. I would like to share those in this discussion. So I'll be asking you some I would say questions, and as and when if you feel comfortable, feel free to give answer. If you want to skip some of the questions, you can definitely skip it, right? So first of all, let us start with your introduction. So I would like to know, I would like you to introduce yourself, like who are you, where are you located, and what's your qualification, and what's your background, etc.
I am Chanchal Dhanwani. I have an overall IT experience, so-called IT experience of 13 years, and including, I would say, initial first 4 or 5 years of development into mainframe. And after that, although I was in IT, my role was not associated to any particular technology, because the project I was working on were running in very old methodologies, following very old, I would say, frameworks. So I was doing bits and pieces of business analysis, a bit of project management, and just, more of a coordination side. So not, I would say, absolutely very, very few skill sets that I had. And when I was associated, associated with Kundanji, I am currently in Peterborough, UK. I came to the UK towards the end of 2018 on an on-site assignment, which was again on a business analyst role, but it was not a core BA role. So even after working 5 years as a BA, I was not confident to call myself as a IT BA or forget about technical BA. So I would like to say that, I came across to Kundanji as a coal, and then, sorry to use a Hindi word, unhone mujhe tarasha, and now I am a, radiant diamond, I would say. I'm pleased to say that. So, and today I've been working for 12 hours from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. But I did not want to miss this testimony. So I said, no, I've been waiting for years to have this testimony recorded. So I did not want to, I thought, forget about it. I mean, how much tired I am, I'm sure I don't want to miss this. So
that means a world to me. I mean, whatever you have said, it really means a lot. Okay. Thank you, Chanchal, for saying all the beautiful words. Okay, so you said that you started as I would say, kind of a mixed kind of role, somewhere as a developer and then somewhere acting as a coordinator, liaising between different team members, gathering requirement as a business analyst kind of role. Then essentially, when we started this journey, right? So first of all, I want to basically explain to the audience, like, why did you come to me? What was the main intent, and what was the whole purpose of you joining this training?
Sure. So sorry, I just missed that. I have secured a permanent role as a technical business analyst in one of the organization in UK. And yeah, it's a small company, but they've been very impressed with my resume. The IT director said to me on a couple of occasions, he was one of the panelists in the interview, and he was said that I am quite impressed with the technical skill sets you have. And although there are a couple of extra skills that are being used by the organization, but they said that given that you have already so much, we don't believe that you will take a lot of time to learn anything new. So yeah, I'm happy that I've got a permanent role, and credit goes to, more than me, I would say, Kundanji, definitely. So yeah, sorry, Kundanji, how I came across to you. I remember I was with TCS on an on-site assignment, and I realized that I just have 1 year of visa remaining, and I was sure that my visa won't get extended in the UK, and I wanted to continue working in the UK. So I was just talking to a friend and explaining her my situation, and she mentioned she's in Australia. We are hardly in connect. We talk once in 6 months. And she said that, oh, I have a colleague, my ex-colleague, not really colleague, an acquaintance. He's in the UK. I think he's settled there, and he can help you. So why don't you chat? Because he has been in the UK for long, and he's quite experienced. He's a gentleman. Just he'll give you some good guidance. And when I called Kundanji, I thought the impression I had that he might be some agent who gives, who helps with the visa and sponsorship. Honestly, there are some people who use dodgy channels. So that's what thinking that I gave him a call. And then within 5 minutes, my entire perspective got changed. That, and then he was talking about training and upgrading my skill sets, and I was nice to him, and then I just disconnected the call, and I said, it's not for me. At this stage I am not going to learn Java and all this. I was looking for some shortcut way of getting a job in the UK. This is not something for me. So I just forgot about it. But then Kundanji sent me a couple of testimonies. I had a look. I was impressed, but I thought it's not for me. No, I am a BA. I'm not I don't want to go into core technical roles, and I don't want to learn Java. Who will learn Java after 8-9 years of being into IT? And that's how my mindset was. And to be honest, not just my skill set have transformed, my mindset. There has been a shift in me as a person about the skills, about the what's going on in the IT world. I did not know what Java is, what DevOps is. People around me used to talk, and I was like, yeah, I never understood. And now I'm so confident that I can talk to anyone. Any IT professional confidently, maybe not knowing their technology, but I can understand, I can make sense because of the exhaustive training that I have had, and this ocean of wisdom that I have got. So yeah, that's how I met him, thinking he's an agent, but yeah.
So an agent turned out to be a trainer.
A trainer, yes. Mentor, trainer, life coach.
Okay, so many adjectives. Okay.
Yeah.
So essentially, you mentioned that you are sort of a business analyst, and now kind of your transformation has been from business analyst to technical business analyst. So I would like to know, do you really think that, what all technical skills you have acquired as a part of the training you have gone through? If you would like to explain a bit about the details of the technical skills.
Wow. So, one thing that Kundanji keeps saying, that don't stop to learn. So when I started, I thought, okay, fine, it is just Java that I will learn. And okay, it's just Java. But then when I 6 months, 7 months after that, then okay, there is a new folder that is being shared, and it is testing. And it's automation testing, and you will always keep wondering when the technical skills will end, when, at what time, you will put a pause and you'll be like, okay, now I know everything. But to be honest, that doesn't happen. After a point of time, you learn so much that you crave to learn more. So that's how that's what this training does to you. I mean, at the end, you develop that hunger that, oh, I want to know, I want to learn this technology also, I would like to know more about it. So I've learned Java, Selenium, DevOps. I mean, everything. I didn't know what DevOps is. CI/CD, Jenkins, about APIs, SOAP API, RESTful APIs, and then test ng, and about databases. I knew nothing what is rest assured, and I honestly absolutely nothing. APIs, Postman, various sort of tools, agile ways of working. Being a BA, you must be thinking that I must have worked in agile in and out, but never. I mean, watching Kundanji's video and then working on the live project has given me such an amazing exposure and such a confidence that I can't express. And Hibernate, and AWS, we learned, we did the AWS training together. And then there was a JMeter, all sorts of all dimensions of performance testing. And I mean, it's just a vast ocean wherein you need to just keep learning, keep swimming, keep going. And yeah, it's just too much. Maybe I'm not able to recollect what all I have learned, but yeah, there is just,
I can add few of them.
yeah.
I mean, normally my training comprises of core Java, Spring Boot, Hibernate, microservices, Selenium, Cucumber, CI/CD, Agile, Maven, GitHub, Jira, Docker, Kubernetes, AWS, JavaScript, TypeScript, MongoDB, MySQL, right?
On and on. Honestly, I did not know what an API is, what a microservice is. I mean, nothing at all. These things, it is such a common thing in IT, but I knew nothing about it when I joined Kundanji. You must be wondering, I mean, people think that oh, they are in IT, they must be knowing a lot. But honestly, no. The way some projects still work, we are using so many old technologies, and it's high time that we need to keep upgrading so that we stand and we learn and grow so in this industry.
Okay, so I would like to ask you, like you did mention, I would say, quite a lot of technologies. Can you also mention about your technical certifications that you have completed as a part of the training?
Sure. So yeah, I first did an AWS Solution Architect. That is again something I really enjoyed. AWS training, not getting up early at 8 a.m. That was the most painful part. But I quite enjoyed AWS Solution Architect, and I also cleared Java certification at 76%. And again, doing that journey, I mean, practicing those dumps, and doing one series of mock tests, but then not being very confident. So buying another mock test and then going through practicing it all. So at one point of time, you start finding these challenges, so good, and you want to do it, you want to achieve it. So yeah, I've done Java. I also started doing ISTQB. I mean, just practice, but I could not go there. And honestly, two main reasons why I got selected for this role was my experience and the knowledge that I showcased in the testing domain, because often business analysts who are technical business analysts are expected to do testing as well, not just the business acceptance testing, but yeah, some kind of integration testing. So my testing skills, as well as my my enriching tech stack, because although the new organization use Azure, but then they asked me a couple of questions on AWS, and then the confidence I had that, okay, although I know AWS, but then that's how I know the concept of how cloud works. The terms might be different, the services might be different, but then I know I'm confident about AWS. So which gave them a confidence in me that, okay, if a person knows this, then yeah.
Perfect. So, when you did mention about technical business analyst, so my question to you is, normally business analyst, what I have seen in my professional career, business analyst mostly they gather the requirement and they pass on the requirement in simple plain English to the development team. So, as a technical business analyst, do these technical skills, I mean, are you really supposed to know these technical skills? Question number one. If yes, then how is it helpful?
Yes, definitely, because now the way the IT is transforming is like you are expected to know, else you will feel like yourself a fool, because uh, the way the industry is moving into agile, mostly agile and fast paced, where everyone is expected to be there, contribute, see what you can bring onto the table, and then I mean, if as a BA, if you cannot code, it's okay, but then when you know how systems integrate, what is an API, how the contract is written, how what method is being used, how the request would look structure looks like, how a response structure look like. So you are bringing value onto the table, and then that is what the organization want. They don't want someone to just come and write English document in English, and then that's it. They are expecting business analysts to be, I mean, have a technical business analyst and be there on the entire project life cycle, not just start with the requirements and end it there. They want to work business analysts to work with developers, to work with testing teams, to support the implementation, to work in the post the warranty phase. So it is something, and then if you don't know, and if you are just you can just write the requirements, I think it should be inside you, that the requirement that you are saying, how it is going to get solutionized, implemented. So you are ahead in the game. So that's why you need this technical skill sets more than ever. So that traditional role of a BA is not something that will help you sustain and compete in this.
You can give a tough competition to me, like
No, no.
much more than me, at least in terms of business analyst. And any organization would love to have a business analyst. First of all, if I ask you, how many business analysts you have seen who have done Java certification, who have done AWS Solution Architect? Do you know any such BA in your life?
No.
Neither I. So I would say this is something really, really, and I would say an extraordinary achievement. A person who has been working as a BA dares to take a plunge completely on the technology side, understanding nitty-gritties of Java syntax, and then going ahead and writing Java certification, and then clearing it in the very first attempt. I have seen many individuals who have been doing programming, but they are scared of, I would say, writing Java certification exam, and at times they also fail in the very first attempt, and then attempting to write AWS Solution Architect exam, and that too clearing in the very first go, is a massive achievement, right? I myself have not cleared, by the way, AWS Solution Architect, so you are technically more qualified than me. Okay, so I would say, one thing, everyone wants to look stronger, look confident in front of camera, right? No one wants to look weak or maybe inferior, but still everyone has some weak moments, right? Where you start feeling low, demotivated. So when you started this journey, right? Do you remember the date when you first interacted with me?
No, sometime April 2022.
8th April 2022.
Mm.
So since then till date, right? So I know the faith. I would say I would like to basically draw a graph of faith, right, with time. So it is a bumpy ride. Sometimes the faith is very high when you see testimony. Sometimes it goes low. So how turbulent has been your journey? How many times your faith has shaken during the training? Can you share that?
Of course. So, it's already 2025. And I would say the reason I took this longer is definitely I kept raising question marks on myself many, many times. To be honest, I never had doubts about what the training is, or how I would say the quality of the training or the end result of the training. Throughout, I was in conflict with myself whether it is for me or it is not for me, and whether a business analyst needs to do all this, or is it really required. So that was the main struggle I had, and due to which I did first, I did Java, I did testing, then I left it. Okay, I and then uh, like I keep questioning, I kept questioning myself, and which is what I think, if I would have avoided that, I would have gained recorded this testimony quite earlier in time. But never mind, all is well that ends well. And you won't believe, I mean, there are so many times I have called Kundanji, and I have cried, and I have questioned each and everything. Why me? Why me? Why me? And then I don't think it is meant for me. Am I doing the right thing? Should I just go back, and should I just surrender? uh, and from the very beginning, like, watching, initially it took time to settle in that, I am learning Java, watching the videos, and then typing the code, a hello world code, and like, why I am typing a hello world code? I mean, what, how it is going to help me as a person? I am into IT for 8 9 years, and how a hello world program is going to help me at this stage of my career. But so yeah, it was full of doubts. And then, of course, like, initially you're full of doubts, and then giving that daily updates. And sometimes it got so annoying when you have bad days, and then it was just so annoying that, I mean, why do I have to give update? I mean, it's my training, I'll do how I want it. But no, please don't do it the way you want it, because you will screw it at the end. So just follow, just trust. And yeah, I had my ways to cope. I mean, sometimes if I was like very down, I took a break of 1 day. Okay, 1 day, maximum 2 days, and I'm like, okay, it's okay, take a break, and then again, then just jump on and keep going. And I'm happy that I met some good people in my journey. Of course, other than Kundanji, there were people who were motivating you, whose stories kept you going. People from non-IT background, they were looking at how organized some people are. I mean, no matter what, they will send updates. If you will see on a WhatsApp notification that, oh, this person has sent update, that will give you a push that, okay, others are, they are also having their own things, but they are doing it. So it motivates you in a way that, okay, when everyone is doing it, why not you? You should. So this uh, sending that status updates is also a way to push yourself, push others. You don't know how you touch others life, but you do. And I had a quite, I would say, very low periods. I had a surgery, I had a benign tumor in my brain. So I had a surgery, because of which, and again, I mean, I kept saying, Kundanji, my health is not okay, my personal life is not okay, I'm failing as a person, I don't think. And countless number of times I have called him, and then he's just been so patient, and honestly I could not discuss it with my family, because family is like, okay, if you are so worried, come back, you don't need to work, and then you don't need to show your weaker side. So I've always called Kundanji, uh, complained about hours we have had. I mean, he has just tried to console me, at the same time motivate me, push me. And like I've said, that it just, I don't know, from Java at all. Like I said, he's become a life coach, a life mentor. He just told me to, keep faith in God, in yourself, and in training. And it will happen. There will be one day it will happen. And for me, it is like, uh, people say that Christmas period is very lean. There'll be no jobs. You won't get any calls. And you won't believe, I applied for this job on 17th December. I got first call on 27th December. My first interview was on 2nd January, and my second interview was on 9th January. And they just, yeah, they just, it just kept going. And so there is no rule that if it has to work for you, it will, no matter if it's Christmas and no matter if it's Good Friday. So yeah, I was myself surprised that, when they called me on 2nd January, I was like, New Year, I mean, who calls after a New Year, but then I gave it, and then yeah, it all just worked out when it has to.
So, I mean, I read one very beautiful line: luck is when preparation meets the opportunity, right? So, there was opportunity and you were preparing, right? Relentlessly, you were preparing. So, it's basically, when we say luck, there's nothing called luck, right? It was your day when everything was matching up, and then everything turned out to be, I would say, a wonderful result we have in front of us. So I just want to basically give you what you have achieved, right? So basically, I always say we always get proportional to our faith. There was a student, normally I don't take name of the students, Uday, right? So he he is a Java developer. He has 12 years of work experience into India. He came to this country. He did masters in data science and machine learning. He came to me and he said that I need a permanent role with sponsorship. Can you help me with that? So I started asking him some fundamental questions. He could not answer even basic questions. He said that nobody asked these questions in the interview. I said, forget about whether nobody asks or not. When I'm telling you, you have to know these basics. If you don't know these basics, then trust me, the day when there is an interview, there is a sponsorship, and if you're not able to answer it, you lose that opportunity. He did not have faith in my training. He continued the training for, I would say, a couple of months, and then he left the training because he did not have faith. 12 years of experience as a Java developer in India, and on top of that with masters, and he was having PSW visa, but still he could not get a permanent role with sponsorship because he did not have the basic fundamentals clear. Whereas you are a business analyst, I think you are my first student as a business analyst. I have trained many individuals till date, but you are my first example who has secured a role basically as a technical business analyst, right? Something like otherwise I have been training only developers and testers, and I would say sort of DevOps, but never a business analyst. So you are first example who has actually gained so much of technical skills. I know you had a turbulent journey with faith shaking down. I would say it was a wavy ride, right? Sometimes you were quite motivated, sometimes you were quite depressed, but in the end, we saw the final outcome, right? So at least you kept going, which is most important, right? And if you are feeling weak, it's always a good idea to reach out to someone, and it's good that basically we spoke so many times, and I'm glad that basically you kept the hope. That is most important, right? And I still remember, like I'm remembering my father now, right? So I spoke to you the other day. I was in hospital at that time when you gave an interview and you could not clear that interview, and that was for sponsorship. And for that day, I was very hopeful that my father was recovering, so I was very happy that day. So essentially, we all keep hope, right? So keeping hope is super I would say important. We have to keep going. uh, I think there was I remember that once you asked me, why am I doing this training? I'm not, I don't even, sometimes I feel clueless. Why am I doing this training at all in the very first place? Do you remember that?
Yes.
Yeah, so it happens with I would say many of the students. They start the journey, and somewhere I would say during the journey they start losing the faith because of various reasons, right? So we always have, there's a word I would say in social media, FOMO, fear of missing out. We always think that maybe we are missing out something. The training is getting longer, so might be others might be getting ahead of us in the race. Or maybe if I'm learning Java, others are learning maybe AI, or they are learning something DevOps, or they are learning some cybersecurity. Maybe I heard that somebody else got a job in this field or that field. So basically that keeps on distracting you from your direction. I'm sure you also would have had such kind of experience, isn't it?
Definitely. In fact, a few of my friends, they were like, "Are you crazy? I mean, why are you, doing this?" Some of them have been really supportive. A couple are like, "Why are you?" Because at every 9 p.m. I had, oh my god, I had to send status update. So, I like sometimes what I used to do, I used to do 2 or 3 videos on one day when I had time, and take the screenshots and keep ready. So, and if I know that I'm not able to, going to do the training for the next 2 days, on one day I used to do for 3 days, and then I used to send updates that, okay, Kundanji knows that even today I have done it. So I mean, that's how the terror was. And then some friends, one friend who's a very dear friend, he said that you are stupid. Why? How will Java help you? And people try to demotivate you, and because everyone have their own thing. So I would say just keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going until the end. And because there is something for you, definitely. And you transform as an individual. You just, how would I say, this training, yes, there is pressure at times, there is uh, at, at stress, but then this is something that will make you a well-rounded individual, so that you are confident in a room of people to talk about what you know. And yes, it's going to happen. So but yes, I remember doing that three videos for 3 days in one day, having screenshots saved, and then sending it on a daily basis so that I don't get.
So you don't have to face angry emojis.
Yeah. So
Now you're giving a trick to the viewers that how they can
I'm giving them tricks. Yeah.
avoid my anger. Okay, that's a smart move, I would say. So yes, you did mention that there was a dilemma whether you should go for an automation testing role or I would say a technical BA role. So how did you basically, which approach worked out? Basically, how did you manage that, or how did you decide that okay, I should go for a technical business analyst or an automation testing role?
I would say that because I was more familiar with BA side, I knew I had the skill set, be it testing or be it a BA. So, my toolbox is ready. It's just where I want to shoot it. So, shoot my arrow. So, and like Kundanji suggested, and think our roadmap was that I will keep trying for technical business analyst role, but brush up my skills or train myself and have a fallback option. So let's decide a timeline, give our best. This timeline, I know second time I have had this timeline. I had once, we agreed that okay, earlier last year that we will do it, but yeah, something that I was not 100% committed to. I just kept getting lost in the journey here and there. So this time I was like, okay, I have that. I mean, I have what it takes. I know everything. It's about getting the CV ready and then, just selling yourself in the market, attending the interviews. So I think that approach worked out pretty well. That let's go ahead with what I wanted to and what my primary role has been. And if that does not work, then it's a matter of, just changing your CV and then I would say resell yourself in the market, because I had all the technical skill sets and anything new, any sort of interview, any sort of videos. I mean, I had seen them all related to process, and then working on this recent, the live project that we have done. So that has been again made me aware or exposed to quite core technical concepts also right from the scratch. So yeah, I my toolkit was ready. It's about just shooting the arrow in the right direction. Oh.
You did mention about some project, right? So would you briefly tell about what that project was all about, and what roles you played in that project? What different roles?
Yeah. So there, Kundanji took an initiative for us, basically for all those, students who not too much worked into IT, never really had much of an exposure. So we developed an application. I would say we are en route to develop an application similar to Enthoware, a mock test platform, starting with Java, and then we have some vision to add more. I would say Python and ISTQB on it. So we just started this as an idea that okay, we have to build a mock application and for testing mock application for Java, giving Java exams, certifications. And then that's how it just started. And then me and Kundanji, we worked. I played a role of a product owner, business analyst, just learning myself first time doing, writing stories in Jira. Like I said, as a business analyst, I've never really had an account on Jira. So I started from that level, writing stories, and then we designed solution, talked about solution, and there were developers, there were testers, and I could understand everything. I mean, everything, and discussing solutions and then database designing. And this project is, I would say, it's a it's a golden opportunity for anyone, because you don't get to work this closely from a greenfield project and delve yourself into development elements, business analysis elements, DevOps elements, and then databases side. So I would say this was another level of learning that we had, putting everything that we have uh, learned in the Java and the automation training, putting all that into use on one single platform has been, and I'm sure working on that project has again really helped some of my fellow, I would say, associates on this training. And then yeah, we have all achieved something good out of it, great out of it.
Forgot to mention, you also worked as a developer and tester.
Yeah, and also worked as a developer and tester, of course. Yes.
Developer, I would say, at least
Yeah,
stories as well,
picked
which
one story, and yes,
is super awesome, I would say.
yes.
A technical BA writing Java code,
A Java code, yes.
it means a lot, at least. It's worth mentioning. A technical BA writing automation test cases, it means a lot.
Yes, true. Working, writing. Never thought arrays. I never understood the concept of arrays, and that particular story, the user story I worked on was, storing data into array, and then so it was quite.
Perfect. So my next question is basically how important it is to fail, right? Or how do you handle failures, right? or I would say how many failures you faced before you tasted success?
Okay. So I would say, I mean, let's say even before I talk about failing in the interviews, I think I failed lot of times with uh, holding on to this journey, uh, because of like self doubts, or sometimes due to medical conditions. Sometimes it's just you feel that you know y- you are depressed, you don't know things are going in the right direction or not, but just pick yourself and keep doing it, keep trusting it. Take a couple of days, if you a couple of days to yourself, but make sure you come back, because that is important. Else you'll have nothing, and then you'll keep questioning everything. And I would say something really interesting. I mean, I did a master's course, and just when I enrolled myself for a course, I thought maybe I should give an interview. I'll just keep seeing what my worth is, or I'll keep trying. And the first interview I gave that time, uh, I I cleared that interview, which is very surprising, because I was not, yeah, I mean, due to some rules and some changes in the rules and regulations of this country, I could not, switch from a student visa onto a work visa. But then I cleared it. Okay, I was happy. And then 6 months, I said, okay, I'll now finish my course. And I started applying for jobs, and then rejections, rejections, rejections every morning. Your mailbox, first word is unfortunately. And I mean, you give hope, you lose hope, and you will just feel like no. But then you have to keep going, because there is no other option. Okay, there is no other option if you want to achieve something. That's how, maybe I think the UK market is, sorry, I don't know about how the market is in India, because that's how the market is, and you need to strive for it. You need to just keep going. And I mean, I tried everything. People say that match 100% job description. I matched 100% job description, but still you will get, unfortunately. And you will try asking, you'll ask questions why it did not. But then I'm sorry to say, but then you won't get that answer. You will get an answer the day you get a job. And a couple of times I've come very close. Maybe I have shared that after interview, I have got a feedback which was very well. I mean, very positive. During the interview, I was said that this is the best we have seen so far. But let's say they were expecting some knowledge on SAP, which I did not have any experience on SAP. A couple of times on data analysis, more of data analysis skills, which I did not have. So have been very close and failed. A few times I have performed really bad. The confidence, or maybe how the interviewer is, it makes you feel nervous. So sometimes I was not prepared. Sometimes my confidence was enough, even if I knew things. And sometimes I got close, but then it just did not work. Every single time you learn something new, and you take it with you into the next interview. So, which is again a couple of times. For the first two times I did not, but then Kundanji made sure that I'm doing this. After an interview, I'm sitting with myself, writing the questions, thinking what I did best, what is something that I could not answer. Like once I was asked about ETL tools, and I did not know. So once I was asked about derivatives, I did not know. I went to an interview, which was, I would say, my mistake. I should have read about it. I did not know. So next time, it's like I said, it is not going to stop. After, even after the training, when you are doing the interviews, you will keep learning. You will keep learning, and you have to learn. I mean, it is not going to stop. And please don't stop. Just trust, go and cry and shout and complain and do whatever you want, but just keep going. I mean, keep going.
but stay connected. It's very, very important, right?
Definitely, definitely,
Sometimes students
definitely.
they start crying, but they weep alone, and they lose the touch with me. They lose uh, hope, and then they never come back. It's very, very important to basically stay connected. You can always.
Honestly, I mean, if Kundanji was not there, I would have left this and gone back to India and just wonder, or I am sure I would have been very dissatisfied, and yeah, I would have questioned everything. And I'm glad that Kundanji has been there. And I mean, initially, when you do the training, he comes out as a very strict person, but which he's in, which is important, initially. But then the way we connected, we bonded, yeah, it's just like a miracle, a mentor, a more than a mentor, a family member. And yeah, he has played different kind of roles. Like, you think about it, I mean, I had no family to talk to, friends who were questioning, and then Kundanji, who I thought was an agent, and and then we have just come a long way. We have not met, but I never uh, thought for a second time that I should not call him. So I mean, I can't thank enough. I messaged my friend also after I got an offer letter, and I told talked to Kundanji. I messaged my friend that thank you for introducing me to him. And I mean, I don't know where I would have been. I would have been so clueless in last 2-3 years of time, because I had difficult, like I said, medical issues and other issues. He said, forget about what we have as a Java instructor and a student. It's much more than that. We are here to connect and help each other. So I just can't thank you enough. Not just today. I'm sure ever and ever. Definitely, Kundanji. Thank you.
I mean, I strongly believe we don't meet people without any reason, right? So it is actually, it has been programmed, right? So हम मिलते नहीं हैं, मिलवाए जाते हैं. So I always feel blessed that Almighty has chosen me as the medium to make difference to people's life. So I'll sound arrogant if I say that I have done it. So I don't think that I had the potential to do it, but maybe God has chosen me for this job. So that's the reason probably we met. Otherwise, I mean, it's beyond my capacity to do anything, right? So I would like to ask you one question. I mean, you have been taking the lessons, and I have been providing training to so many students. What do you think is the most difficult thing for me as an individual in this training? What is my biggest challenge?
I think
Let us say,
to keep people motivated and handle their unresponsiveness. I mean,
and why do you think so?
Yeah, because I myself have done that sometimes. I would say that avoided, and so yeah. And then, and sometimes, it's strange when people are ready to help you, and then you don't want help, which is something so silly of us as humans. So Kundanji, I'm sure he would never have said no to answering your call, or listening to you, never ever. But we as a person, we try and avoid, we think about, we become materialistic, we calculate things, and yeah, so it's silly. I mean, he's there to talk to you, he's there to answer your questions, and then, but yeah.
I mean, one very important aspect that you said, materialistic aspect. Yes, it do come into picture very often in this training. And when I started this journey, I mean, I would like to be very honest with you. And again, I'm making one confession in this recording. when I started this journey, I had, I used to think that maybe if I get some students, if I charge them some fees, and if I say that you have to enroll for Java certification, once they will start the training, they will not go anywhere. But then I realized that maybe that was basically not the right approach. Then I changed my approach. Rather than telling something, I started thinking. I mean, whatever you're doing, if you're doing it with a complete faith and ethics and transparency, then nothing can stop you. And then I started basically thinking that maybe no, I should not be thinking like that, and I changed my approach. And then I introduced this concept of refunding the fees. I said this: if you do not get a job after completing my training, feel free to take 100% refund. And I started telling this outrightly in my recordings as well. And I never said this just as a, I would say, what do you call, a marketing gimmick, nothing like that. I actually meant it. And before I say, I always used to think that if I am very neat and clean in my thinking, my approach, then the same expressions, the same feeling will be conveyed to the student. But still, some kind of misunderstanding still do happen, and some students, they do think that I'm being irrational, I'm charging money monthly. But the reason I do charge monthly fees is purely just to set the accountability, and that's the only way basically to keep you motivated, to keep you in the game. Otherwise, the moment you stop putting on stake, you're out of the game. So, and then you start losing interest. But you have, again, as I said, this it takes a lot of courage basically to share your shortcomings, to look weak in front of camera, to admit basically your mistakes. But still, I would like to ask you a feedback, basically anything that you would like to change in my training, which you did not like about my training. I'll definitely like to incorporate those feedbacks just to improve.
To be honest, initially I used to think, but then eventually down the line, I think that it is something that is needed and that is required, because we as humans, we are so aimless and so get distracted by things that it becomes very easy to lose attention and lose focus and so to be honest, no at the moment, but I will have a think, and if it is anything which I believe that can be improved, I'll do let you know. But initially I was questioning the approach and everything, but 3 months into the training, I was like, I had faith on you and your training. And to be very honest, for even 1% till date, I never had any doubt on your intentions, Kundanji. Never ever. And I'm telling you, and I'm telling to every single person who sees this testimony, whether you do whatever, his intentions are so pure. For every single student who has done good with him, or who has been, I would say, not respectful to him, Kundanji's intentions are way too clean. So my friend has told me some stories about you, which we'll sometime discuss offline. And then before knowing you, and like I said, a friend of mine, who said that, why are you doing Java? He said that, it might be his ways of, making money. But I said that I don't know, but all I can see that at least the intentions, there is not even a 1% malawat in his intention. So
I started basically rewiring my thoughts, and then I have evolved as a person, and I started basically coming up with these ideas that I have to offer 100% refund if my mission is not successful, and then I started incorporating the penalties as well if somebody does not send me daily updates. Now my next question is, as per you, how much time do you think one will take to complete the training?
If we talk about Java testing, and even if now I include AWS also, I would say 1 year is good enough. I mean, enough if you even doing it at a not leisurely, but yeah, if you are being well disciplined, then I think
How many hours per day one should study?
3 hours minimum, 3 hours, 3 hours minimum. But yeah, I would say if you do it 5 hours, then
Okay.
yeah, 3 to 5 hours, I would say, yes, needs to be done minimum.
Someone who started as a business analyst and now ended up as a technical business analyst and secured a permanent role with sponsorship, that too during the Christmas period,
Yeah.
giving a tough fight, I would say, to so many other individuals, like considering the fact that we have AI war in the market right now. We have a recession, the whole economy is slowing down, we have so many global wars in progress. In that scenario, getting a permanent role with sponsorship is, I would say, a massive, I would say, a very, very big achievement. So you deserve, I would say, a very, very big congratulations for keeping the faith intact till the end, right? Otherwise, most time people say, people, they watch testimony, they say, मेरी जॉब तो नहीं लगी है ना, जब मेरी लगेगी तब मानेंगे, right? So in the end, I would like to ask you any message that you would like to give to the viewers or the students.
Before that, a couple of I don't know, like people give you tips on finding a job. One thing that it's something no one told me, but in the journey of job applications I did is there are, especially these days, I've seen that when you do the job applications, there is a question that why are you interested in this role, or what you can bring on to the table, and what you can. So don't leave those job applications. Just don't because attaching a CV, someone that is everyone will do. Okay. Again, there are companies who are asking you more. They want to know. They are giving you an extra platform. So don't leave it, and yeah, this will take effort. Take help of ChatGPT. Take a platform. Add your thing, because again, if everyone will use ChatGPT, then even the recruiters are smart enough, to figure that out. So give time to those applications as well. Don't run away from those applications. And because, like I said, easy apply, and then where just you have to attach a CV is something that everyone will do. But these kind of application is somewhere where already the number of applicants are less. I'm not saying that it will work for you, but it is just something where you can have a little more probability. And this one thing, and then again, something that I discovered during this journey is that at one time of day, you get emails from LinkedIn that there are new job openings at these organizations. For me, it worked that during one point of time in a day, I used to get the newest opening, like which was posted 2 hours ago or 3 hours ago. When you keep doing it, you will see that at this time, okay, I am getting this. So if the job is posted 2 hours or 3 hours before, it has less number of applicants. So do aim to apply for that, because there will be applications where are already 100 plus people have applied. Of course, do apply for them, but then because this is again a personal experience, I don't know, it's a tip, that something that I observed and it worked for me, that when I have applied in initially 30 or 40 people, I have 60-70% of the times I have got a call. Okay, it may have not been fruitful ahead, but just to break that first cutoff to get the interview is something. These are the two things that do keep an eye. Uh, for me, the time used to be 11:50 p.m. at night that I used to get an email from LinkedIn, and it had two or three job openings wherein just uh, posted 2 hours ago and just 4 applicants or 17 applicants. So I made sure that I do them at night because in the morning there'll be many people. So it didn't happen. It was not same for everyone. I don't know what engineering LinkedIn apply. So this is something, yeah.
That's a very useful tip, I would say. Uh, yes, I did mention something similar in one of my videos as well. That whenever there is a job opening in the job serve, make sure that you apply straight away at the very beginning itself, because within 1 hour, I mean, the recruiter's mailbox will be filled, and he'll be picking up initial first of five, I would say, CVs which matches the job spec, and then you'll be left in the race. So yes, but that's a very useful tip. Thanks for sharing that. So, any other thing that you would like to say?
I would, yeah, be be true, be committed, and trust Kundanji and this journey. I'm sure, because there are openings, there are opportunities, and just be true to yourself. And yeah, I'm, it is there. And yeah, I think I've already said so much.
So, how do you rate this achievement? How are you feeling?
Wow, I'm on cloud nine, and I have to meet you, Kundanji, soon. And yes, I mean, gratitude to you. And to be honest, I really hats off to Shraddha ji that you have her support. And I mean, I've really appreciated her always, because you have been so dedicated in this, and then I'm sure she is the backbone, and she's quite supportive to you. And so yeah.
Definitely. I mean, I'm in front of camera, but she is behind the camera. So yes, she has definitely played a very important role in this journey, right? So thank you, Chanchal, for giving all this valuable inputs and sharing your experience. It was really nice talking to you, right? And the journey is not yet over. We still have to keep learning. Okay.
Definitely.
And I wish you all the best for your future. Thank you.
Thank you, Kundanji, thank you so much.
Thank you.